I really judge Split Fiction. And no, I'm not talking about seeing two women and thinking it's DEI. I don't know what anyone was really concerned about. Even this comment only had 8 likes compared to the others. I was really put off by the opening act, dialogue, and supposed storytelling. I kept playing because in today's market, there aren't a lot of good co-op friendly games. And to see the links that Hazelight Studio goes through, making it to where only one person has to buy the game, having couch co-op features. This game was made for the consumer. I was just worried I wasn't the target audience. I had the perfect person to play this game with, my wife. We do everything together. Critique movies, play competitive multiplayer games. She is literally my best friend. It's easy for us to see patterns in media, and a lot of times companies just want your time and money with no care to your actual experience. The beginning of Split Fiction, I was scared this was what was happening again. Mio was not likable. She was edgy and rude, judgmental. Zoe had a toxic positivity to her. And then you added how they nitpick each other's stories. No real criticism, just saying, ugh, sci-fi sucks and blah, fantasy is lame. Add in the corporal guy, and really the vibe was just corporal bad, we beat the system, quite literally. Plus, there was this mystery. The story kept alluding to Mio.
We always find a way to get our repayment.
Repayment? What is the inspiration behind the story, Mio?
It's the landlord.
It's time to settle this.
And honestly, ever since J.J. Abrams and Star Wars, I have no trust or like for mystery boxes in stories. It's a carrot on a stick to get the audience to stay engaged in a disingenuous way. Or so I thought. See, up until this point, the game hadn't done anything crazy in the intro, nor had it really done anything outright bad. I thought it was okay. And I posted my initial reaction of the intro of the game, and I got this comment as a reply. Let me tell you, this guy is the GOAT. He didn't give an emotional response, and he really told me that there's more to this game. So I asked Kate to help me beat this game, and it was around the end of Zoe's first story mission we started to get hooked. Not only did the game acknowledge these are 2 amateur writers, but the story of their stories started to affect their character stories. Let me draw it out for you. You have 2 characters who individually have a story they can tell themselves through exposition. But those characters have expressed their emotions through writing, so they have a physical manifestation of their emotions affecting them. The environment is part of the story. Think of it like a treadmill, and the more they run, the stronger they get. Then finally, you have the overview. We have the audience seeing everything and gaining a lesson from it, the myth. It's storyception. But more importantly, it's always been a journey about Mio and Zoe. How writing is part of who they are, and even though it may be silly, corny, or even bad, they never did it for the approval of others. And I feel like an asshole now. This is the strength of Split Fiction. Everything works in tandem. As you get more invested in the characters, the gameplay becomes more complex. I won't say harder, but I will say challenging. This game gets so creative to make simple actions, jumping, dashing, and climbing fresh. Levels will introduce mechanics like jetpacks or level manipulation, but always keeping it simple. There are never too many systems working against each other. As Zoe and Mio grow to trust each other, the gameplay reflects that. Levels become more dependent on your partner, and trust in their abilities is required because some of this stuff gets wild. I play games like Marvel Rivals, WoW, and Valorant with Kate, yet Split Fiction was the most trust-building exercise. It's that storyception I was telling you guys about. Watching Mio and Zoe through this evolution of gameplay was the best. Mio wasn't happy and really didn't like herself in the beginning of the game. My reaction to her was a reflection of that. Seeing them fight their inner demons, all the while creating an environment that shows the story and then having gameplay that engages players in a way to grow and ultimately like these characters, goes to show good games matter. This game broke all my initial expectations for the better and is a defiant 10 out of 10 game. Joseph Fares, I hope I said his name correctly, clearly has a passion for the gaming industry. and proves that having a vision for a game goes a long way. He added a secret level in the game, which when 2 people beat it, he promised to fly them out to the studio to check out the next game that they were working on. That's just wild and crazy. Until next time, guys, play nice.